Thank you, my people. I am Tutor Cletus Okoli. In today's math class, we shall be solving Olympiad math question, where we are given to find the integer solutions of x to the power 2 plus x equal to 9120. Now, I want you to watch this video till the end. It is going to be a brief video. It is not going to take your time. But if you look very closely to this question, x to the power 2 plus x then equal to 9120. Okay, you can see it is a quadratic equation because if I move x squared plus x, moving this 9120 to the left, I shall have minus 9120 equal to 0. So looking at this, it is a quadratic equation. So we are going to apply any of the methods of quadratic equation in solving it to get the values of x. First method we can use to solve this problem is quadratic formula. The next one we can use is factorization formula. We can also use what is called completing the square method. Let us dive in by completing the square method in solving this problem because it is a quadratic equation. Watch till the end. Looking at this question the way it is now as it is, what I will do, I will leave 9120 by the right the way it is. And I will come to the left and find the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x. And that coefficient of x is simply 1. I will now divide the coefficient of x by 2. And then find the square of it. And then add it to both sides. What does it mean? I will take half the coefficient of x. And taking half of a number is dividing that number by 2. Then when I take half of it, I will square it, add it to the right and to the left. By writing, it will now look like this. I have x squared plus x. Now, adding to this left hand side is half of the coefficient of x, which is 1 over 2. I will add 1 over 2. I will square it, okay? And do the same thing by the right hand side, which is 1 over 2 squared. Okay, now the equation now is balanced. Moving forward, what I will do next? I will come to the left hand side and factor the ones that are squared and use one common square for them. That implies that x is squared, 1 over 2 is squared, so I have x plus 1 all over 2. I will now use one common square for it. And when I go to the right, I have 9120 plus the square of 1 over 2 will give me 1 all over 4. The next thing I will do by the right hand side is to simplify the right hand side such that it will become just one number. And that means I have 9120 plus 1 over 4. Then the LCM is 4. 1 divided 4 is 4. And 4 times 9120 will give me 4 into 0, 0. Into 2 is 8. Into 1 is 4. Into 9 is 36. Then 4 into 4 is 1 times 1 is 1. Therefore, I shall now have the simplification by the right hand side to become 36481 all over 4. And my left is still x plus 1 all over 2 all to the power 2. Good. The next step I shall take now, I want to take the square root of both sides. And to take the square root of both sides, see with me that if I have x to the power 2 and I want to take square root of it, the result shall be just x. If I have a to the power 2 and I take square root of it, my result will just be a. This means that if I have 2 to the power 2 and I take square root of it, my result shall just be 2. So applying this knowledge to this, it implies that my square root of x plus 1 all squared will now be simply x plus 1 over 2. Okay? And if I take square root of the right hand side, because I am taking the square root of both sides, from the denominator, if I take square root of 4, I will get 2. Now, if I want to take the square root of the numerator, it is a 5-digit number, okay? And because I don't need calculator here, what I will do is to apply the knowledge of taking the square root of 5-digit number, which can be done thus, 36481. I will just find the square root of the last digit, and that is going to give me 1. Then, I take the first 3 digits and find the square root and where the square root cannot hold, I find a number that is closest to it, okay, which is a perfect number. By that, I mean a perfect square that is closest to 364, and that number is 361. I will now take the square root of 361, which will give me 19. So we can now say that the square root of 36481 is 191. Very good. Now, next I will do is to make my x independent. In other words, taking the subject of the formula of x. And that implies that x will be alone by the left, and I will move 1 over 2 to the right hand side to become negative 1 over 2. Okay, let's write it this way. So when that happens, I shall now have x equal to minus 1 over 2, then plus or minus 191 all over 2. This is what I shall have now. Now next I will do, I now have plus or minus. I will use plus to get the first integer solution and then take minus to get the second root of the equation. And that means that my x now will be equal to minus 1 plus 191 all over 2. Or x will be equal to minus 1 minus 191 all over 2. If I work on this, minus 1 plus 191 will give me 190 over 2. And when I take division, I shall get 95. Beautiful. Secondly, if I work on this, minus 1 minus 191 shall give me minus 192 divided by 2, which is minus 96. We can now come to a conclusion that the two solutions, that is the two roots of the equation, shall now be x equal to 95 or negative 96. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If it is your first time of stopping by, please subscribe to my channel and give thumbs up to my video. God bless you.
Na mbụ agwara m mmadụ sị